Welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're unpacking The Rose of Evening, a tale of altruism and magic. This is a classic hero's journey, but it's got this really beautiful twist that is centered entirely around empathy. If you're someone who loves stories about curious explorers, hidden magic, and the absolute profound impact of simple, selfless choices, you're going to love this. We're going to break down the journey of a young boy named Timmy, step by step, and look at exactly how a single, magical encounter completely reshaped his world. Let's dive right in.
But before we meet Timmy, I want you to really think about something for a second. What would you do if a magical rose offered you one single wish? It's the ultimate hypothetical, right? When you are faced with absolute boundless possibility, where does your mind actually go first? Are you thinking about wealth, fame, or maybe something else entirely? Keep your answer tucked in the back of your mind as we go through this, because how Timmy answers this exact question is literally the catalyst for everything that follows.
Okay, to really grasp the gravity of his choice, we've got to set the scene. Picture a faraway land, one that is painted with these brilliant hues of orange and pink twilight every single evening. And here lives Timmy. He's a curious young explorer. He isn't just your average kid passing the time either. He's got his eyes wide open, a heart full of wonder, and this unparalleled love for the mysteries of nature. He's exactly the kind of person who is paying deep, deep attention to the world around him. So one sunny afternoon, Timmy's out wandering, and he goes a bit deeper into the forest than he usually does. Suddenly, right under the soft glow of the setting sun, he spots it, this gentle, shimmering light. As he creeps closer, he realizes it's a rose, but its petals are actually glowing, kind of dancing in the twilight. His heart is just racing with excitement. He steps up carefully and slowly reaches out to touch its velvety petals. He is completely, utterly mesmerized.
And then the impossible happens. The rose actually speaks. After Timmy eagerly promises to keep its secret safe, the flower reveals itself as the Rose of Evening. It says, "In me lies the power to grant one wish, but only to one who believes in my magic wholeheartedly." Just imagine being in Timmy's shoes in that quiet, magical forest for a second. The sheer awe of realizing that literally anything you could possibly imagine could be yours.
So, what does he choose? When faced with that kind of boundless possibility, most of our minds probably jump straight to infinite wealth or ultimate power. But Timmy's immediate instinct is pure, unadulterated empathy. After just a moment of thought, he declares with absolute conviction, "I wish to help others, to heal and to make the world a better place." The absolutely crucial takeaway here is that Timmy doesn't just want to experience magic, he wants to use it as an instrument for altruism.
Well, the response from the Rose of Evening is immediate. Boom! The magic takes hold. Timmy is instantly enveloped in this warm, glowing light. He feels an inexplicable warmth radiating right in his own heart, which is basically a physical manifestation of the gift he's just received. Once his wish is granted, the brilliant light of the rose dims back down to a soft, pulsating glow, sealing this incredible magical bond that has just formed between the boy and the flower.
Filled with this massive, newfound sense of purpose, Timmy races home. And let me tell you, the escalation is rapid. On day one, he finds a wounded bird and heals its injured wing with a simple touch. Fast forward a few weeks, and he's basically running a magical woodland clinic. Villagers are bringing the sick, and animals are intuitively showing up at his doorstep. Eventually, tales of his deeds spread to corners of the land he didn't even know existed, and people start traveling from distant places just to witness it for themselves.
So he becomes known far and wide as the Healing Boy, renowned for mending wounds and healing the sick with a gentle touch. But honestly, the most remarkable part of this whole thing isn't even the magic itself. It's his humility. He becomes this huge beacon of hope, operating with incredible grace, yet he never once seeks fame or reward. His ultimate satisfaction doesn't come from his new VIP status, it comes purely from the smiles of the people he helps and the peaceful looks in the eyes of the animals he heals. But, any profound journey is going to have its trials. As word spreads, Timmy realizes that not all requests are, pure. While a lot of people come asking for selfless things like healing the sick or mending wounds, others show up with super opportunistic intentions. They start asking the boy for power, wealth, or fame. Suddenly, Timmy is thrust into navigating the darker side of human nature. He's forced to learn how to choose who to help very, very carefully. It's the inherent burden of his altruism.
To navigate this incredibly heavy new reality, Timmy leans on a guiding principle. And it's one you might actually recognize if you're a comic book fan. With great power comes great responsibility. He frequently whispers this to himself just to stay grounded. He realizes his ultimate goal is to make the world genuinely better, not just different. That is a massive moral compass for a young boy to carry around, but it absolutely dictates every single choice he makes when facing those selfish requests.
And carrying that moral compass absolutely takes a toll. Overcoming that doubt is a journey in itself. Timmy genuinely second-guesses himself at times, unsure if he's making the right calls when turning some people away while helping others. But here's the thing. He doesn't carry the burden alone. He relies heavily on the laughter and advice of the friends he makes along the way, and he finds really deep comfort in the companionship of the very animals he had healed. They steadfastly stand right by his side.
Through all the fame, the self-doubt, and that relentless stream of travelers, Timmy maintains this one beautiful, grounding ritual. Every evening at dusk, right as the first stars start to twinkle in that familiar orange and pink sky, he returns to the rose. He sits beside its glowing petals and simply says, "Thank you." He shares the stories of his day, his worries, and his dreams, right there in the quiet of the forest.
Which brings us right back around to you. We might not have a magical glowing rose hidden in our local woods, but Timmy's legacy is a great reminder that empathy, compassion, and the conscious choice to help others are incredibly powerful forces all on their own. So, how will you use your unique gifts to make the world better? Thank you so much for joining me on today's Explainer, and I really hope Timmy's story gives you something wonderful to chew on today. Catch you next time.